Hi, my name is David Garcia, and I'm the CEO of ScoutLogic. Thank you for joining us today for our case study series on companies who have switched to ScoutLogic's background check services. Joining us today is Kurt Baker. Kurt is the HR manager for MPW Industrial Services. Kurt, thanks so much for joining us today. Good. Kurt, thanks so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Before we start, Kurt, would love to hear a little bit about MPW and what your candidate population is like.
Yeah, sure. We are a provider of industrial services across North America. We service steel, power generation, industrial water services to like nuclear power plants, and also manufacturing. A lot of our candidates, it's mostly unskilled labor. We're able to reach out and help populations, in second chance employment opportunities, entry-level workers, kind of a younger workforce in some cases. But we can support a lot of industries and have a lot of opportunity for people, as well as at our corporate locations. We have a lot of engineers, fabrication, welding. So really a good range of candidates that we see.
And Kurt, we know at ScoutLogic how busy you are, and obviously you have a really diverse population to recruit for, and a lot of your positions are at kind of that hourly wage rate, which is really competitive. So because of that, we know background checks are a really important part of your onboarding process, and don't want it to slow down getting people to work in any way, shape, or form. Before moving to ScoutLogic, what were some of the challenges that you were seeing?
I'd say some of the hangups previous to ScoutLogic were just kind of the lag we would see from time to time, and that would definitely affect our industries and the customers that we're trying to service. Needing people to come in, meet certain requirements, make sure everybody around is safe, not just our employees. We're essentially working with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients where we're participating at. So we need to make sure people are coming in, they're screened, and we can get them through quickly. Because as you know, hiring labor, especially, people want a job yesterday, not 2 weeks from now.
That is so true. So in addition to speed as one of the key characteristics of what you were looking for in a partner, anything else that comes to mind?
Yeah, I would say, the customer service aspect. We've struggled in the past with other providers, and me, myself, being in HR for 15 plus years now, I've been with multiple background screening companies, and we didn't always have the greatest service that was as personalized as it is with ScoutLogic. And I know now, when we have any type of issue or a question, or we're concerned about what something means, and people are wanting answers always quickly, Scout has been there right away to answer those questions and provide us explanations. And that wasn't always the case before.
Yeah, I really appreciate that feedback, Kurt. We at ScoutLogic really believe service is so critical. As you know, vast majority of background checks, they go through the system, but when there's that issue or that question, likely you need to get a response immediately so you can keep going on with your day. So we are always trying to drive that speed and responsiveness. You did talk about, obviously, kind of speed of report return. Once you made the switch to ScoutLogic, did you see an improvement there as well?
Oh, absolutely. That was probably the biggest change that we saw as a company. Was we'd have our recruiters out in the field all over, interviewing people, putting their backgrounds in, that day or the next day, and you'd have them back in a day or two. There was a lot of cases prior where we were waiting for a specific county to return information, and just waiting and waiting and waiting. And sometimes they would be sitting out there for 2 weeks. In the meantime, we have to make a decision as a company and work with our customers. Is it okay to bring this person on contingent, or do we wait? So it put us in a bind in some cases, and we had to work the best we could. But we don't really have that concern now. It's you put it in and you generally have it back within 24 to 48 hours. So we're much more comfortable bringing somebody through the doors and letting them know, hey, we can get you started here very quickly. That's what they want to hear.
And it's music to my ears, Kurt. We, as part of our supply chain on our side, flag those reports which we believe could have some sort of delay against them. And when we're able to pinpoint reports like that, our scouts, our researchers, will really focus on those both internally and with our other partners to make sure we're getting that data back so you can get that information and get that person to work as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'd also say there's a proactive approach from Scout Logic. You know, we get emails, or you go log in to the website and you see a link that says this county, this state is suffering from, you know, whatever issue now with pandemic. They're coming out and telling us, hey, if you put it in for this county, there might be a delay. So we're not waiting around looking for answers, just kind of wondering. We know what to expect up front, which is an improvement as well.
Oh, that's fantastic, Kurt. Anything else you'd like to share today? Although I know speed and service, that's really the bread and butter of this industry.
Yeah, I would say for me, I'm very, I guess, organized, and I like to see things, you know, clear and be able to understand the big picture. And I look at, you know, some backgrounds or what's happening on our page across the whole company. And when I log into the website and I can see clearly, here's where these reports are, here's the status of this one. It's the interface, the platform, everything that we have is very user-friendly and clear. It's easy to find something quickly if I need it or if anybody needs it. So I think that's been the feedback with our whole group website that we are able to utilize.
That's great to hear, Kurt. I mean, you have so many candidates where it's so many different stages of the process. It's great to hear that it's easy for you to get that snapshot view of where your recruiting population is at, so you can meet your objectives and goals and help move MPW forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Terrific. Kurt, I can't thank you enough for taking some time out of your busy schedule today to share some feedback with us. Stay safe during these crazy times, and good luck to you moving forward.
You do the same. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.